He smiles when he walks to the ring, and he is facing Ariembi, Isalah, Odhiambo of Kenya. Alkhoori is 3-0, undefeated, great character. Got into the sport a long time ago as an amateur, and he's fighting the Kenyan with a record of 1-4-0, and it's 4 3-minute rounds over to RMC tonight. Rambling Ralph.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the next attraction of the evening. 4 rounds of boxing in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, he'll be fighting out of the red corner, representing Kenya, Ariembi, Odhiambo.
Setting the break.
And his opponent, he'll be fighting out of the blue corner, representing the UAE, Fahad Alkhoori. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the next attraction of the evening. 4 rounds of boxing in the super middleweight division. Brought to you by Siddiqui Sports and the Abu Dhabi Department of Culture and Tourism. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout will be Andrei Chevalov, Gary Kitanowski, and Mike Hale. And in the ring, the man playing the long window bell sounds, referee Tiran Don. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the white trimmed with red. He weighed in officially at 75.3 kilograms. He is a veteran of 5 professional fights, representing Kenya, presenting Ariembi Odhiambo. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the black trimmed with gold. He went in officially at 74.9 kilograms. His professional record, 3 victories, no defeats, all 3 victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of and representing the UAE, presenting the undefeated Fahad Alkhoori. Once again, referee in charge, Tiran Don, for instructions.
Boxers, obey my instruction all the time. I don't want to see any rabbit punches, kidney punches, or below the belt. Touch gloves. Go back to your corners. Box.
So referee Tiran Don giving the men their instructions. Super middleweight Fahad, smiling Alkhoori, as I call him, 3-0 with 3 knockouts, Barry, against the slightly more experienced Odhiambo, who is using the outside of the ring at the moment. I know what smiling man wants to do. He wants a 4th knockout, and he hunts his opponents down, and he's looking to let those big left hooks and right hands go, and he's just pressing his man at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's improved every fight. I've got to be fair to him. You know, he's trying to learn his trade, and he's still early in his career yet, and there's lots to work on still. But I thought it's been good so far. You know, he rolls. You know, when he gets a kind of run to his work, when he starts to land some shots, he starts rolling into his work, which makes him a hard target to hit coming forward.
He's tenacious, isn't he? And the smile will come back in a minute once he lands a punch or two. But I think Odhiambo's holding his shape very well at the moment. Right hand there, and a kind of glancing left hook landed from the Emirati, and a great left hook coming in there from the angle. His footwork looks decent as well at the moment. He's just being patient here, stalking his opponent from Kenya. Got caught himself there with the left hand, just lost his footing for a moment, stumbled a little, caught again, and a winging right hook from Odhiambo, who's got his range at the moment. His jab's going well as well, and I think our Emirati smiling friend here is just going to have to settle into this bout. Like you said earlier in previous bouts, sometimes it takes a round for guys to settle.
It do, but Alkhoori's got to be seen that there's a gap.
Oh, great left hook.
There's a gap there. If he dips to the left and throws that right hand over that lazy jab there, then he starts having success. Stalking the guy's one thing, but you got to make him feel the pressure. He doesn't. Ooh. He's got caught on the top of the head there, a bit off balance there.
He did, and he's smiling. He's smiling. It means he's starting to warm to the task. Again, planting his feet and swinging for the fences a little bit, and it's a little bit desperate at times. He's
swinging a little bit too far out, isn't he? You just got to get that front foot a bit closer to that again. You've got to walk beyond the straight punches. Throw the jab, and if you don't land, you throw the jab to get the foot closer to then throw that right hand to the top or swing that left hook in.
All the IQ in this fight has come from Odhiambo so far. He's the one who's seen the gaps in the door. He's the man who's really been able to control the fight, in my view.
We just haven't been put under enough pressure yet, that's all.
And also, Alkhoori is kind of advancing in straight lines all the time. He's not really doing a lot with his feet.
He sort of does that anyway. He just rolls into the punches at times, but he has that high guy likes to block the shot and walk you down, but every time he takes a shot in the gloves, you've got to fire back. That's better from him.
Uppercut.
A little bit busier.
Right.
Closing seconds of the first round. Odhiambo has looked very good in this round against a guy who's in Alkhoori has knocked out 3 of his opponents in his first 3 fights. I'm sure the corner will say to him just to calm it a little and try and work his way into the range. He's lunging a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to be. I think he's got to be busier. So he's trying to walk him down. And when he throws the shots, he's done him some decent shots. He's done a couple of good left hooks, but he hasn't seen the right hand. There's a clear shot for him to throw that right hand over the top. He hasn't been throwing that yet, and also. No, he's walking and stalking without doing any work. So you got to be walking, punching.
Hardly using the jab.
We'll make it opponent feel under pressure. Walking him down without being a threat, it's just giving him an opportunity to land, and that's what's been happening. So you got to walk him down with pressure, but make him feel the panic. Keep hitting him.
Being told in the corner by a man who bears an incredible resemblance to Manny Pacquiao. We shall find his name out as the broadcast goes on. Just telling Alkhoori just to keep his hands up and do exactly what you've just been saying. You should be in the corner, my friend.
I don't think so.
Second round. Okay, so hands held higher this time. I'm sure we'll see a bit more of that jab as he works his way in, because everyone seems to listen to your advice. So quiet here at the moment. They can hear every bit of advice you're giving them. And given that you are a former world champion, WBO super featherweight world champion, of course, Barry Jones, a man who sees every tiny little pin drop that happens in the ring.
Not quite. Oh, it's good work. Good work. Again, see, because you're walking in front of him and allowing him to set his feet, just to set his own rhythm. You've got to just put pressure on him, take that rhythm away from him. If you're going to be a pressure fighter, which he is, Alkhoori, then you have to be a threatening presence every time you're moving forward.
Well, that four-punch combination from the Kenyan just woke Alkhoori up a little bit. There's trademark smile when he took those punches. But from memory, he's one of those guys that the more he's hit, the more he fights back. He's like a kid that was bullied in the school playground, never wanted to fight, but was quite capable of doing it.
But I got to say here, because when he's evading punches, you see him stepping back, taking a step back, which you think that was the right move, but he's too far. Because he's boxing a fight with much longer reach than him, then he's out of distance. So he's got to learn to slip inside the shots, and that allows him to throw the right hand over the top, or the left hook to the body, or over the top to the left hook to the head. But you got to be slipping inside the shots here. Otherwise, you're walking a fighter down. Every time he throws a punch, you're taking a step back. You have to start that pressure again.
I think Odhiambo's showing a lot of composure here,
But
and he's winning the rounds.
He's allowed the time and space to let his hands go.
Yeah. They just tie up in the blue corner for a moment. Odhiambo definitely ahead in my books.
Just on the work rate alone.
Yeah, well, and just the cleaner work, the cleaner punches, the jab working, and now they're tying up more in this round than the first round, and there's very little that has landed from Alkhoori, and I imagine that if this round goes the way it's been going to the end, he's going to come out desperate in the last two, looking for that big shot to finish it.
He landed with a shot there, but I'm just thinking I can't remember the last time he landed with a shot in this round, Alkhoori. Oh, good shot there.
Good shot.
Both taking left hooks.
Yeah. Alkhoori just enjoying a little bit of success in the closing minutes, in the closing 40 seconds of this second round. Odhiambo feeling his power, you could tell that there. And again, advancing and really landing a right uppercut there, and Odhiambo for the first time looking a little bit uncertain.
No, Odhiambo's he's had a good round though in the whole. Odhiambo been far busier, been able to let his hands go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Barry. I think the cut to Odhiambo over the right eye, is it? That must have come late in the round there. But as I say, I mean, I don't know, I thought it got a bit closer towards the end that round. I thought Alkhoori landed some heavy shots, but he's going to have to go to work in this third round and actually do some damage and go after that eye.
But he's got to let his hands go at some point. You've got to get his feet. First of all, you work on your feet. It don't matter, you can throw all the punches in the world. If you can't get your feet close, then you're just a punch in thin air. So you got to work on your feet first, and then work on your hands. So he needs to get his feet closer. He can't work at it, but in the fight management now, got to get his feet closer and once he gets close, don't take that step back. You got to be brave and stay in there and let your hands go down the middle. You got a guy here in Odhiambo who throws a little bit wide, so there's a gap down the middle there, like a little rectangle, if you will, from his chin to his navel, and you aim for that. Go right down the middle, but he has to be busy because he's being hustled here.
The wise words of the dancing Barry Jones there. Well, no, it's a great reminder that footwork is as important as your fist work in boxing, isn't it?
Maybe more.
Exactly. Good start here from Odhiambo in the third round. He really let his hands go, left hands go, and he's going again. He's getting ahead in this round again. He's been told to work by his corner. Actually, his shapes have looked great this round so far.
Good right hand there from Odhiambo as well.
Left hook just knocked the gum shield out of Alkhoori there. We get to see his pearly whites as he smiles away, having dropped his gum shield.
He's got nothing to smile about here.
No, he hasn't, but he tends to smile his way through every bout. Referee just sending him to the neutral corner, restarting the action here in the third round. 2 minutes to go.
I think he's just really struggled with Odhiambo's range here. He's trying to get that perfect distance to throw the shot. You see him there. I just don't feel it. I just don't feel it. You can feel it. You can see it in him. But you've just got to believe in it. You've got to take that big step with the front foot and punch straight. Don't try to all the hooks and uppercuts. Just punch straight until you hit something.
Well, I've got to say this about Odhiambo. Came into an Afrobeat tune coming into the ring, and he's danced in an unorthodox way as well. He's slightly unorthodox in the way he moves, and I don't think Alkhoori can get close enough to him at the moment.
No, it's the long limbs, isn't it? Odhiambo, that have caused him so much trouble. And the front foot, you know.
But he's quite unorthodox as well in some of the ways he punches.
He leans on the angle after the shot, doesn't he? There, see it there, through the jab and leaned over.
Again, nice work. Got a jab into the body then as he kind of topples away a little bit from Alkhoori, who really just comes in like a punch bag, drops his hand. You can see the frustration, but a good left counter there as we come into the last minute of the round.
Odhiambo hasn't done great work in this round, but Alkhoori hasn't done anything. That's the problem. He's just waiting too long. You know, we know he's got the engine. He's shown it before, so we got to start producing the goods here. That's a good left hook. Yeah,
it was a very good left hook from Fahad. Alkhoori really needs to go to work now in the last minute of this third round. He's advancing on his Kenyan opponent.
And another left hook there.
Oh, and he's dropped him with a left hook. He was off balance, but that will count as a knockdown. No, he's not. Is he counting it as a knockdown? No, he isn't. Well, that could have been a way of getting him back into the fight, but there's a boost for Alkhoori now, who will try and bring his big, heavy shots to the end of this third round.
See, he won the heavy shot. It was hardly anything on the shot. I just thought there was a left hook just before it. I thought that might have maybe hurt him.
Did you think it was a knockdown or not?
Well, we'll see the feet now, because unless the feet got tangled up, I can't see why it wasn't. Whether it's a big punch or not, if the glove hits you over, that's a knockdown. Unless, of course, you trip over the front foot.
Well, referee Tirandon chose not to give it as a knockdown, so with normal scoring in this round. And really, you've got to say again, it's probably Odhiambo's round.
He's just letting his hands go, hasn't he? Alkhoori's trying to finish the round strong, as he's done in the previous rounds, but it's too little, too late.
Well, so no more damage to the eye in that round, so that held up. It'd be nice to see a replay if we can of that knockdown. Well, here we are.
We're just showing again, just to get busier with his work. Again, just getting low, just being awkward angles to hit back with, and just being able to stay out of the way for the most part.
Oh, that was a knockdown for me, Barry, even though the bodies collided. And that would have made it a 10-8 round, and it would have brought the fight back to even going into the last.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Very unfortunate.
I think the referee was thinking he must have pushed him or something, but he was unlucky there.
No, I think what happened was, as he landed that left hook, and as Odhiambo stumbled, he stumbled in to Alkhoori as well, and the referee saw it as a collision more than a knockdown. Yeah. Final round of 4 in this super middleweight fight between Fahad Alkhoori, the Emirati, 3-0 with 3 knockouts, coming into his 4th pro bout here. Got to leave it all on the line and all in the ring in this last 3 minutes, having knocked down Odhiambo of Kenya in the closing seconds of that last round, but it not being counted by referee Tirandon. On my books, Barry, he's almost got to get a stoppage in this round.
Yeah, well, and again, in this round, it's Odhiambo who's come out fast, looking to work again in this round. And Alkhoori looking for that one big punch to close the show, and he might get it, but it's a dangerous game, and he hasn't landed anything of note yet to think that he would cause any damage on Odhiambo.
Rather bereft of ideas at the moment, Alkhoori. He's not kind of upped his game in the fight. He just really looked to land big punches with the left hook and the right hand.
I wouldn't say one thing about Alkhoori. He takes a good shot. He took a really good right hand there, just smiled off it.
So the mouthpiece of, who is it this time? It is the mouthpiece of Alkhoori's come out again. I don't think he's buying time, but we shall see the pearly whites again, no doubt. But he won't have too much to smile about if this doesn't go his way. But let's see what happens now in the closing minute and a half. He's slightly demoralised at this point, Barry, I get the sense.
Yeah, he looks a little bit flat, doesn't he? To be fair, but then you've got to give his opponent the credit there, because he's been busy. He's been not massively mobile on his feet, but he's been in and out with his feet.
That's a better counter. 2 right counters from Alkhoori, who now goes to work. Odhiambo firing back himself. The best bit of action of the fight so far from both men, trying to get into serious engagement.
Yeah, it was better from Alkhoori then, and a little bit of acceleration and pace in his work at last. But Odhiambo firing back just at the right time there, not being overwhelmed.
The lights are coming on as the sun goes down here. Mike Hale's got his card ready for the end of this fight. Does all the fights here in the Middle East. Related to you, of course, Barry.
That's right.
Big lad. He could have played rugby for Wales, of course. I can see him across the ring there. He's shaking his head. But it's a great finish here from Odhiambo. I think it's just really, for me, has probably taken all 4 rounds.
Yeah, I think the first was pretty close, but yeah, I think so. I think he's done enough here. I think you never know. You never know. But I just think, it's just work rate alone. Forget about quality of shots. The work rate alone. He's just out-hustled Alkhoori here, who's looked incredibly flat tonight.
3 knockouts in his 3 first pro bouts coming into this, and probably would have been looking to do that again. The smiling assassin from the Emirati here in the super middleweight division, who might be disappointed with this performance. It's rising Arabian stars, of course, or rising stars of Arabia, and he will come again, but it might be a tough result for him tonight.
Yeah, I think that was a hard night for him. I just think he couldn't get his rhythm. You know, I think, and maybe what you said there was exactly what it was. You know, he's 3-0 with 3 knockouts. Maybe he just relied on his power too much, thinking, if I hit you, I can hurt you. But I don't think he could hurt. I don't think he really got any real clean enough shots to have real damage on his opponent there. And overall, he was just out hustled for the fight, I think. See, he's trying to fire, but those pockets of work there were just too frequent for me. I just think, he wasted most of the round just trying to stalk and walk around, and then try to finish the round fast. But it was never enough, in my opinion. So, and again, when it is only a 4-round fight, you don't have many rounds to work into it.
Well,
Gareth, so you've got to start fast.
If that knockdown had been scored as a knockdown in the 3rd round, it would have been all to play for in that last round, and I think would have made it a very close bout. But I've got it 3 rounds to 1 or 4 rounds to Odhiambo, the man who came into Afro Beats. Will he go back out to Afro Beats after this when we get our results in from the judges, which we are waiting for at the moment? Rambling Ralph will make it sing in the ring, baby, in a few moments' time for our results. I think the cards are in. And we have referee Tiran Don with Alkhoori and Odhiambo, and we, I think, are ready to go over to our MC, Rambling Ralph.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Andrei Shevelov scored the contest 38-38, a draw. Overruled by judges Gary Kitanowski and Mike Hale, who scored the contest 40-36 for your winner by majority decision. Representing Kenya, Ariembi Odhiambo.